Hi guys, it's Bobby. Welcome back to my channel for another video. Um, I thought I had some downtime this morning, so I figured I'd just pop on and record. Like a little kind of not necessarily like a flip through, but kind of like my planner sections and explain them a little bit, and just in case some aren't self-explanatory. Sorry for the shadows. I've got the curtains open. The sun is doing what it's doing. Well, it's not really the sun. I think it's going to storm. So, but anyway, so I hope you guys have been doing well. So if you want to stick around to see my planner sections and how they function, let's do it. All right. So as soon as you open my book, I've got some stuff in this back pocket. I really need to go through it and clean it out. But I don't know. Well, I'll get there eventually, I guess. So when you open the fly leaf, you go to my perpetual calendar. This is from Hey Planner Girl. I just, have the calendar. I enter in the dates that I need to track, birthdays, anniversaries, stuff like that. And then from there, we go right into my monthly. Now, my monthly divider is in the current month. So it's in between the current month. So if I need to do something to my month, I just flip to the month. Now, you may recall from my last couple of videos that I had like monthly tabs down the side. They were all falling apart. I just used like removable sticker paper. I printed them, and I used like the Avery page tabs, and I cut them down. But I guess because it's removable sticker paper, they did not stick. So I just took them off because they were getting on my nerves. So we have the monthly section in the front, okay, and I have the entire year in my book. Just because, future planning, you never know. So after the monthly is this little Filofax, like top loading envelope. I just keep certain things in there. And then we go into my to-do section. Now, I used to have an inbox, but I took it out. I don't know if you saw my video from earlier this year, because I didn't use it very much. I used mainly my to-do section. Now, my to-do section is full of, like, random running, it's like a running to-do list. Things that come into my head that I want to do, I write them down here. This is what I use. I have a page marker that takes me to the spot that I'm working on, and I just keep a running to-do list. And then, like, once a week or once every other week, I go in here and figure out, I see what's unchecked, or sometimes I write down an idea that I want to do, but I don't do it. I decide against it, so I put an X. If it's done, I check it off. But, so, like, I'll go through, and if I see something that needs to be done, that can get done in that time frame that I'm planning, then I'll just go ahead and write it down on my to-do list on my weekly page. If not, it just stays here, and it lives here, so I'm not going to forget it. I may review it at another time and be like, oh yeah, like, I don't need to do that anymore, or that no longer applies. So, and I have several pages of these. These are the SM plans, like, notes pages. I just took the title off, so then after my to-do section is, another Filofax business card holder. Just got some photos of my library card and, stuff like that. And then this little deco I found on Pinterest. I've just printed these front and back and laminated it. Then we get into my personal section. This is, well, these sticky notes are plain with me. I don't remember why I printed them. I haven't used them really for anything. So, I don't know. But I can't throw them away. Like, I don't know. Maybe I'll figure out something to use them for this month or next month. I don't know. But I have the whole year. So May and June are on the front, and then July through December are on the back. My word of the year is momentum. Without the sticky notes here, you would see the word of the year, through the divider. So, and then I have this image again. I just found it on Pinterest. I believe the bow was uncolored, so I just filled it with this pink color because I like it. Right behind that is like my gratitude. We're on May, so I've got a couple of months in here. I just clip them to this so that way, like when I want to go do it, I could just feel for this teardrop paper clip and clip right to it, go right to it. So these are also from SM Plans, just the gratitude journal. She's not in business anymore, unfortunately. And then these are my goals. I've kind of like fallen off. Like, I don't even care anymore. You know, I don't. I mean, I care about my goals. I just don't care about tracking them anymore. You know, like, I feel like I'm busy enough and I just don't want to do it. So I'm just not going to do it. I mean, I'm still conscious of these. I'm still aware, you know, I just do it. I mean, I don't know, except for like the whole weight loss thing. You know, I don't know what's going on with that. I got to figure some shit out. Oh, the cats are fighting. Y'all ever get into like this like funk where like nothing goes right? It feels like not to sound like paranoid or anything, but sometimes it feels like the whole freaking universe is conspiring against you. Like, that's how I felt the past couple of days. Like, yesterday was a shit show. Nothing went right. I feel like no one is considerate of my time and the things that I have to do. Maybe it's just because I'm just so overwhelmed and busy with working the 2 jobs that I don't have any downtime, you know? So, I don't know. I don't know. I've got to get my shit together, and I don't know how to do that right now. So, but anyway. So these were the goals for 2026, you know, overall, you know, the high-level goals. I wanted to lose 80 pounds. I want to walk 5 days a week, find a primary doctor, get a physical, get a mammogram, read 12 books. You know, I'm still working on these, just not as much as I'd like to. So, work is just crazy. And then we get into my health section. This is a quote that I found on the internet, and I just, you know, made this insert in Canva. I have these habit tracker sticky notes from Perpetual Plans. I don't use them anymore either. I was using them for like self-care. Instead of using like a whole monthly habit tracker thing, but I stopped doing that. This is my health log. It's from SM Plans. Pardon me. This is my miles walked. You can see I did get on the walking pad yesterday. I did walk yesterday. I didn't write it down, my miles walked yesterday, but I was in such like a bitchy mood yesterday. I don't know, maybe it's my time of the month, who knows. But anyway, so this is where I write down my miles walked, only when it's for exercise. This is where I was keeping track of my weight. I didn't do anything the last half of April. I haven't done anything for May. This is the calendar, you know, where I would just add my weight just so I could see it at a glance. Didn't do anything with that either. Then we get into my weekly section. So on the back of the weekly divider, I have like some to-do sticky notes. You know, this is my work calendar for like bank holidays, paid holidays, vacation time, sick time. So the purple color is vacation and the gray is sick time. Pardon me. I'm just tracking my PTO and how much I have available, you know, on the off chance that I need to use it. The bank holidays are this orange color so that I know from a payroll perspective, you know, if I need to calculate a holiday overtime. You know, paid holiday is, of course, when the office is closed and we have a paid holiday. So, like, the one coming up is Memorial Day. It's a bank holiday and a paid holiday. So, I know that when we come back to work on the 26th, the Tuesday, we only have that one day to get payroll done. And it's due by 3 o'clock Eastern. So, I have from 8 o'clock in the morning on Tuesday till about 2:30 Tuesday, the 26th, to get payroll done for all of the week before for like 3,000 people. So I don't know. We'll see. And then I have this other just deco, again, Pinterest. On the back is Plan with Bees today's sticky notes. These come in handy, you know, like when I need to jot something down, and just remember it. And then we go into my weekly pages. So this is the week that we're on. I use the week on 2-page Sunday Start by Haru Plans on Etsy. So it's got the, this was priorities. I just edited it to say this week's wins. And then this is checklist. I edited that to say to do. And down here we have the habit tracker. And this was a notes section. So I just edited that to say next week. And then, of course, our meal plan. So, and then I have through June in here. So, you know, I'm good to go there. After that, I keep like some shopping list pages. So like a notepad I cut down, and then I created this on Canva and print that. And then it's like printed upside down, so I can just flip it. I don't know, I like it like that. My next section is my finance section. I'm not going to go too deep into this because it's, you know, personal information. But I found this image on Pinterest and I just printed it on vellum. So right now this is my weekly budget insert. I created this on Canva. So this is for the week of the 8th. So Friday. Okay, 5/8 is the payday. All right. So what I do, starting balance, is whatever is in our checking account, I add our pay to it. So that's our starting balance. And then these are the expenses. Okay. So I also add, so these are like the items too. So I also add like our pay in here. So like my husband's paycheck and my paycheck, and then total income will be here, and then total expenses will be here. Okay, so the starting balance is what's in our checking account, and then these items are added and subtracted to that. Okay, just so I know, you know, where we stand. And then the next page is like a monthly fold-out calendar that I created. Pardon me. I don't know. The allergies are kicking my butt. A monthly fold-out calendar that I created. It's just basically 4 bills. So I indicate if it's orange, it's an expense. If it's green, it's income. So I have, you know, our income and our expenses. And then that goes right into my check register, which is also from SM Plans. So I basically write down everything. Any kind of spending we do gets written down, and if it's on auto pay, it gets written down and deducted. So we follow this balance instead of what's in the app for the bank. Okay, because, you know, if it's on auto pay, it hasn't come out yet. It takes a couple days sometimes. Like our car insurance is the worst. So like it was due on the 1st, and today is the 6th, and it just came out. So, but thank goodness I had already accounted for it in the check register. So truck payment is the same way. Both of our vehicles are financed through Capital One Auto. And if for some reason the truck payment always takes the longest to come out. Like we could do the car payment today and it would be deducted tomorrow. But for some reason the truck payment, if it's done today, it won't come out until like Monday of next week. It's ridiculous. Anyway. So after my finance section is my home section. This is just that clear stuff I bought from Amazon. I got the 5x7 size. I just cut it down widthwise. I left the length so it would hang over. This is my dashboard that Aaron made. And then we get into like, you know, family meal ideas. These are like the foods that, you know, we eat, you know, on a regular basis. So if I'm stuck, you know, trying to figure out a meal plan, I'll, you know, reference this and be like, oh, okay, we haven't had this in a while. Let's do that. This is my meal plan insert. I created this. And again, it's one of those ones that's printed upside down. So so the current week is always on the top. All right, so if it was printed correctly, it would be this week, and then over here would be the next week. But the way it is now, this is this week. I'll flip it over for next week, and the current week is still, at the front. So I haven't done it yet, obviously, so I write down what we're going to have here, and then I go through what we already have. So if, let's just say on the off chance, I'm going to do chili, I already know that I'm going to need kidney beans, and I need cornbread. Then I go through my spices to see if I have enough of the spices that go in the chili. I know I'm going to need tomato juice, so whatever I need to make that meal, I write down, and this forms my grocery list. But, the grocery list also has other things other than what's on here. But these are the things that I need to make these meals. So it just makes it easier. These are the monthly calendars. They're monthly dated, 2026, obviously, from Planner Room, I believe. Yeah, I think. Not really sure. I think it says Planner Room. Planner Mom, Planner Room. I don't know. They were a freebie on Facebook, so I just downloaded them and I print them. And this is where I write down the meals that we've actually eaten. So I have my meal plan, but then this is what actually happens. So this is for May. And then I also keep the month before, just in case I have, I need to, oh, pardon me. Just in case I need to reference this for something, if I'm stuck, family meal ideas didn't work, I can just pull from these to see, okay, well, these are the meals that we had last month, which one can we do this month, or this week or whatever. So, and I have, from Annalise, I have recipes to try. I don't know, I'm probably going to take these out because, if it makes it to the menu, I'm going to know, because then it'll get added to the family meal ideas list. I don't know. Then I have an extra meal plan insert, and then the rest of the year for the monthly calendars, so I can document the meals that we've eaten. This is the master grocery list. This is what I refer to when I'm making my grocery list, just so if it's like a trigger list. So if something jumps out at me, I'm like, oh yeah, I need aluminum foil, or, I need cooking spray, or, whatever the case may be. And then we get into lists. This is probably going to come out. I'm not really sure. But this is the books to read insert from Plan with B. Then I have a to buy. This is the categorized list from Peanuts Planner Co. I just edited it to put to buy, and then Walmart, Amazon, or other. If it's highlighted, it's been purchased. But, I don't, obviously this doesn't get used very much. And then this is the vehicle maintenance log for my husband's truck, and then my car, and baby cat's health information. So just keep a track of service dates for the cars and baby cat. So, and then we've got the Tombow color chart. So if I get a new Tombow, I swatch it here so I know the number and the color, the color name. So, and then these are just important dates, recipe, and then blank notes pages. These are the floral notes pages from SM Plans, and then just a page lifter. So, those are my sections. That's how I have my planner laid out. My page marker, this is a Franklin Covey page marker. I just printed it has a flap here. So I printed a photo strip of my husband and I, and then on the back of that, separately, it's not attached or anything, so it comes out. I have, my routines breakdown, just so, as a reminder. So, my daily brew, when my coffee is brewing. I feed the pets. I put the dishes away from the night before. I take the meat out of the freezer if we need to thaw anything. And I make the bed. My Keurig seems to take forever to brew a freaking cup of coffee, so I feel like I have all the time in the world. And then my AM routine, just get dressed, brush my teeth, take my vitamins, tidy up. This is my daily schedule. Well, my weekday schedule. So we're up at 5. Sometimes I don't get out of bed until quarter after, 20 after, but, we're awake. That's why the daily brew is at 20 after. And then I have, time for coffee and TV. My husband, he leaves the house about 5:30-ish, to get to work. So, and then I have breakfast. I want to walk at 6:30. It happens. It happens. If it doesn't, I'm not worried about it. So 7:15, I do my AM routine, which is this. 8 o'clock, I log on to work. Take lunch at 1. 2 o'clock, I go back to work. And 5:30, I work on the PM routine, which is cook dinner, dinner dishes, update planner, clean counters and stove, and then my weekly reset. These are just things that I want to have done by every Sunday so that I don't have to worry with them come Monday. So have all the laundry done, clean out the fridge, like purge any leftovers, wipe down the shelves, I want to clean my Keurig, clean the bathroom, clean the litter boxes, vacuum, and goal and weekly review. So, some of these don't happen, like the goal and weekly review. Some of them don't happen as often as I want them to, but that's my own fault. So, but anyway, all right, guys. So that's all for my planner sections and how I use them. How do you keep your planner layout? Like, what's your, your 1, 2, 3? How? Oh my gosh, the cats are just tearing up everything. Anyway, sorry about that, guys. So, I mean, like, what's your planner layout look like? I'd love to see it, and learn how it works for you, So, anyway, I hope you guys are well, and thanks for hanging in there with me. I appreciate it. And until next time, bye.